Alright, check it out. Got something to show you. Follow me. Coming down the aisle. Got a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to prove to everyone that in fact I am human. That's right. It's a shock, I know. Many of you don't believe it. I am human, and I do not know everything. All right? There's the headline. All right, here it comes. Get ready, because I'm going to lay it down right on you. Oops. Hit the wrong button. Guess what? I was wrong. That's right. I was wrong. And guess what? You might be wrong too. You just give your best guess when you think ovulation occurs. Write that down. When you see a post-ovulation shed or what you think is a post-ovulation shed, write that down. You use those to estimate a due date, which may or may not be right. Glasses are crooked. Either the glasses are crooked or my head's not on the level. So in this case, I was wrong. I am positive that I wrote down the right date. I have a photographic record of when I took a picture of her when I thought she was ovulating. That's where the date came from. I take the picture first, I come back later and write down the date of ovulation. But I was wrong. You might be too. That's what it is to be human. All right, I am going to prove beyond any shadow of a doubt today that nobody knows everything. Nobody. So oftentimes I see people posting online, you know, my boa hasn't given birth. It's 150 days since a post-ovulation shed. Then I ask, what about an intermediate shed? Did you have an intermediate shed? Because I'm thinking they misidentified ovulation, and what they think might be an intermediate shed was actually the post-ovulation shed, and the babies are still due. They're not 150 some days since a post-ovulation shed. They're only 90 days or whatever. Invariably, they get all bent out of shape. Oh, what do you think you are, Mr. Know-it-all? You know everything. I know what I saw. Well, guess what? I don't know what I saw. This happens to everyone. Everyone. I mark down the day that I see ovulation. And I know there's ovulation, right? No. I mark down the date that I think I saw ovulation. And I'm pretty sure the female ovulated, but I don't know it. That's the interesting thing about language is words have meaning, and know means no. It doesn't mean think. So when I say I know that a female ovulated on such and such a day, I know it as well as I can know it. I don't really know it. It's not a fact. I can confirm that fact generally when a post-ovulation shed occurs 16 to 20 days later. And even more so when the female gives birth, 120 to 130 days after that date that I thought was ovulation, then I can know, but only then. So otherwise, it's nothing but an educated guess, including for moi. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. All right, it's going to be a little herky-jerky. I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to show you my notes. All right, so I keep these impeccable notes on these Post-its that I put on the top of the cage. This top Post-it note right here goes to the top cage right here. Second one, it's a freaky labby. Second cage down. Third one, double het Sterling Annery. Third cage down. She's down there. She's peeking. Where is she? Oh, I'm on the wrong cage. There she is. I'll edit that out later. There she is. Banged up door. I'm replacing some of these doors. So at any rate, I number my labels a little differently. I write down what I'm keeping in the cage. In this case, it's a Pastel Dream Sunglow. 66 is number 66 pairing. And she was bred by a Sharp IMG and Ryan's Labby Het Sharp, produced by Ryan Horsch. He was in for the last couple of weeks. She ovulated on February the 1st, right? I wrote it down. She's due June 4th, right? I wrote it down. I'm the Boaphile. I've done this. Flipping the screen around. I've done this more than 1,000 times. I know what I'm talking about. I've made a lot of boas. Tens of thousands. I know exactly what I'm doing, right? Flip the screen around. Due June the 4th. June the 4th doesn't happen for a month and 3 days. So this is 33, 34 days before she's due. There she is. She's looking out of the cage. Why is she... Wait a second. What's that? Uh-oh. Someone stuck a baby in that cage. Wait a minute. Holy buckets. There's a mess of babies. Guess what? Alright, so here she is. I'm risking life and limb for you people to get good video. It's Pastel Dream Sunglow. And there they are. The surprise puppies. To keep me humble. I wasn't even checking her looking for babies. I was checking her neighboring sister who's due. Who knows when she's due? I have her written down as being due on the 14th, but approximately the 14th. This one wasn't due for over a month. Trust me, they're not early. They're full term, ready to go. And we're going to get her out of here so I can deal with those babies, because I can't risk it, because she's looking for a rat, and she thinks I'm looking a lot like a rat right now. Okay, I'm all set up. Got my camera set up on a tripod, 6 feet tall. And we're going to start getting these babies out of here. Set them up in a little drawer here. I'll edit that out later. See what some of these babies look like. There's one. She had these early this morning. I didn't find them right after they were born because I didn't know she was due, so I wasn't looking for it. So there's one. Sure looks like a Sharp Sunglow to me. Ooh, that's nice. There's baby number 1. It's bath time. Bath time for Bonzo. Ooh, that one looks nice. There's another one. The male, they're all dried up because they didn't find them right away. The male that bred this female is an IMG. So we're looking at these guys with a close eye, trying to figure out what's what. Look at that, it's amazing they survived. I wasn't here to break them out of their membranes, and yet, here they are. That's an IMG. Look at that color on that puppy. Ooh, that's nice. Nice head spear. comes another one. Just keeps on giving. Looks like I might not have got any slugs in this litter either. Look at that. I love that. Isn't that a beauty? You set up the tubs like this where the direction to go away from the opening is uphill. They tend to want to go uphill. Well, you can't really tell because you're just seeing the opening. But there's another one. Ooh, that's nice. I could do this every day. And in the later part of the last half of May, I just might do it every day. Gonna be a busy month. Another puppy. They change more before when they get ready to shed. Color can be a lot more intense. When they're first born, they look really bright, and then if you don't get them right away, they kind of dull up a little bit, which is the state these guys are in. A little bit more dull. I lost track. Anybody counting? How many do we have so far? I think it's 7 or 8, something like that. There's another one. There's another one. Chubby little guy. We'll put these guys on heat and they'll cook that down. So the greater point is, that I'm trying to make with this video is, not everybody knows everything. If someone questions you on whether you actually saw ovulation or not, don't be insulted. Everyone can miss an ovulation sometimes. That's a sweet IMG, isn't it? Woo, that's nice. Everybody can make a mistake. I have. This was not my first mistake. I have made other mistakes in my 38 years of breeding boas. And including after I've learned how to kind of predict some of this stuff. The mama of this litter did not read the book. I wrote the book. I didn't read her the book, and she didn't read the book. So together, we just kind of stumble, do what we can, try to get it right as much as we can, but everyone makes mistakes. Me, and especially probably me, because I've been doing so many of them for so long, I have the opportunity to make a lot more mistakes than average. There's another IMG. It kind of washes out the color, or gives them a more of a, I don't know, unicolor is kind of misleading, but they kind of get that same orangey color. It goes more throughout, and it doesn't change as much going into the tail as non-IMGs. It's a nice litter. I haven't had any slugs yet. I'm like one of those big breeders that never get slugs. But I get lots of them. Once in a while I do get a litter that doesn't have any slugs. Check out that little guy. That's sweet. Man, that's nice. Haven't had a single bad eye either, which is good. I do a lot of outcrossing as much as possible, which really helps with the eye problem. Which is, if you get a baby that has a bad eye, that's not a genetic thing. Albinos are predisposed to having eye problems. So are VPIT positives, by the way. They can have them too. Less likely than albinos, but they do have them sometimes. Look at that. That is nice. But it's not genetic in the way that albino is genetic. So it's not a single gene mutation. It's just something random that occurs. You can breed an albino with missing an eye, or missing 2 eyes for that matter, and produce all perfect babies. And more important factor is whether or not you've inbred. And whether or not you keep them warm enough. If you don't keep them warm enough during the gestation period, they're more likely to have the bad eye. It's another IMG. Running down here. Look at that goosack. Got one that's thinking about venturing out of the tub here. I just keep tapping him on the nose. He goes back in. There's another one. I forgot my gloves again, by the way, for you keeping track. Forgot my gloves. That's 38 years of forgetting gloves. I don't know exactly how many litters, but seems like a lot. Seems like a lot of litters. It's a nice little sharp. These are, I did mention it, that the mom was a sharp sunglow. There's another one, just when I thought we were done. I think there might be another one that ventured off into the corner too. We'll look for him in a minute. Look at that, another little IMG. Boy, that's sweet. She buried a couple of them. A couple of them buried in the aspen there. Wow, that's, oh man, that one is nice. Whew. No wonder she buried that one in the aspen. Whoa, look at that thing. Holy moly poker. That is a nice one. Man. Whew. Break that off. Oh, I got one. I brought two up in that last trip. Forgot this guy was under the water, just sitting under the water looking up at me. There's another IMG. Whew. Wow, what a litter. That's nice. Let's see if there's any more buried in here. Oh, a gift that keeps on giving. Hey, hey. The guy thinks he's going to get away. There's nowhere to go, pal. You're home. I don't usually put this many in the tub, but they're being pretty good. That one's still in the membrane. Been there all day. It's a wonder he survived without someone there to break him out. Get back in there. Another IMG. They're so nice. We're going to get video of the whole mess of it. I think you dig around in the aspen a little bit. Okay, I gotta see if I got any more crawling around in the corner here. There's the whole litter. There's a mess of them. I've got to go through the aspen in the cage and see if any of them had buried themselves. And they're all getting squirrely now, especially with me talking. They don't want to pose for a pic or a video. But lots of kids. Sunglows, non-sunglows, IMGs, IMG sunglows. Great litter. A lot of little sharp puppies. Look how pink they look. I like it. Stay tuned. There'll be more on the Boaphile channel. All right, check it out. I put a bunch of these in one tub just for the video. I don't keep this many in one tub. Hide them under the paper and they kind of settle down. But they're in this tub. We're going to see them. You ready? Post shed. Look at those things. Imagine my delight when I found out that I was wrong. Born about 33 days before the projected due date that I determined, because I know what I'm talking about, right? Wrong. You take your best estimate on when you think an ovulation has occurred, count 123 days, and sometimes you're right, sometimes you're not. In this case, I was happy to be proven wrong. That's a beautiful thing. Look at those IMGs. Not all of them are, but a lot are. Sweet.